Welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm Jimmy Lildahl, play-by-play voice of the Magic. The Magicians in action in Brookings on the road this past weekend. On Friday, it was a big 6-3 win for the boys. The Magicians did go 1 for 2 on the power play. The Magic started the scoring with Casey Jerry, a shorthanded goal. Brady Hepner had the lone assist. Brookings came back with a goal from Connor Hutchins, the Brookings captain. It was a power play goal. Griff Jeska and Brett Callahan assisting. Then it was a European, Max Rasberg, for the Blizzard as they led 2-1. Peter Valent and Martin Yell getting the assist. Brookings leading 3-1 with a Griff Jeska goal. Kane Dermott and Gavin Mitt collecting assists. Brookings was up 3-1 in the first period. The Magicians able to get a goal 6 seconds before the period ended. Pierce Crawford gets a power play goal. Owen Larson and Alex Lombacher getting the assist. The Magic were down 3-2 after one frame. In the second period, the Magicians explode with some offense early on. Pierce Crawford gets his second goal of the hockey game. Travis Brown and Rico Rataychuk getting the assist as the Magic were able to tie it up at 3. Then it was Tyler Bump, the young rookie from Prior Lake, Larry Youngworth, and Will Ulrich getting an assist. The goaltender Will Ulrich getting his first assist of his NA career. So Will Ulrich and Larry Youngworth setting up Tyler Bump. The Magicians added one more in the period. It's a newcomer, Kyle Wagner. Wagner getting traded here from the Twin Cities Steel, a Tier 3 team in the NA3HL. Kyle Wagner from St. Francis, Minnesota, gets his first goal of his NA career. He'll keep the puck. Alex Lombacher and Casey Jerry getting the assists. The Magicians added one more in the third period. Alex Lombacher gets the empty net. Travis Brown and Casey Jerry getting assists as Casey Jerry added 3 points as well as Pierce Crawford. The Magicians beat the Blizzard 6-3 on Friday night. On Saturday night, a much closer scoring game, I should say. Both teams were 0-4 on the power play. Magicians getting 4 chances, Brookings getting just 2. Mikael Hakkarainen getting the first goal just 19 seconds into the hockey game. Connor Hutchins had the lone assist. The Magicians strike back with a couple of goals, one coming from Kevin Dineen. Larry Youngworth had the lone assist. The Magicians added one more in the period. Pierce Crawford scores again his third goal on the weekend. Rico Rataychuk and Owen Larson getting the assist. Brookings took over in the second period, adding 3 goals. Nick Ford had the first. Kane Dermott and TJ Samick assisting on the first goal in the second. Kane Dermott then scored in an unassisted goal halfway through the frame, and then Nick Ford added one more. It was a shorthanded goal. Mikael Hakkarainen had the lone assist. The Magicians play comeback in the third frame. Rico Rataychuk gets another point on the weekend. He gets the goal. Owen Larson and Pierce Crawford get the assist. The Magicians get their 4th goal of the hockey game. Kevin Dineen scoring. Vitaly Novetsky getting an assist, as well as Spencer Kuhlman. As the game went to overtime, in the overtime, it was Kane Dermott scoring on 3-on-3 action. Mikael Hakkarainen gets an assist, as well as Brett Callahan. So the Magicians do fall by a final score of 5-4 on Saturday. They did get a point and collect 3 of a possible 4 on the weekend in Brookings. Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside Rico Rataychuk. Rico, first question I'm going to ask, here in the States, getting acclimated to the U.S. life, what's it been like so far?
Well, obviously I'm here alone, so I don't have my parents around, and it's working out well because I like the team a lot, and that makes it easy.
Coming from Germany, the Magicians have had a lot of German flavor over the last couple of years. Some of those guys playing pro now, Luki Laub, Dennis Chevron, Mark Mikolas, all guys that you maybe knew?
Yeah, I knew them a bit. I practiced with them in the summer a little bit in a training camp, but that's actually it.
For sure. And then playing against Lombacher last year and then kind of being, reunited with him, across the world and being on the same team. What's that like, playing with Lombacher now?
Well, I obviously only played against him. I didn't know him personally. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we come along really well. And on the ice, I think we find each other on the ice too. And
You're a highly skilled player. You've had some success early on here, playing on the top couple of lines. what's the play been like for you adjusting to the smaller ice sheet, maybe a little bit quicker, and then the physical aspect as well?
Yeah. Well, I guess it started out really well for me. I like the little ice sheet because it's much more physical than in Germany. That gets you into the game a little faster, I think. Yeah, you can shoot from every position, and yeah, I like to use my shot. I think it's one of my weapons, and yeah.
How about Minneapolis here? It's a big city. There's a lot of people, a lot of things to do during the day. What's that like compared to where you grew up?
Well, I grew up in Berlin, so it's a big city as well. And obviously, I don't go to school here, so I have much more time, but it's still the pro life. So I have to concentrate on hockey every day, work every day, and get a lot of rest. So there's not that much time to visit the city. I haven't been to Minneapolis yet. Yeah.
Playing here in the United States, obviously, playing in the Central Division and the North American League, there's travel. You guys just came off a roadie to Brookings. You guys got 3 of 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like being on the bus with the guys and traveling the Midwest?
Yeah, I like it. Well, I thought it would be much longer rides.
Mm-hmm.
In Germany, we traveled like 8 hours sometimes, and here the longest ride has been 5 hours, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, you got everything on the road. Like everybody, like the staff cares about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we get food, everything. So, yeah.
Moving forward, as we conclude this, Rico Rataychuk alongside Jimmy, myself, what are some of the things you want to work on during the season? You've had success. You're playing in the top couple of lines. You're dressing in every game. What are some of the things you want to work on within your game?
I think the most part I want to work on is my defensive game, getting pucks out, and yeah, helping out in the corners, of course. Yeah.
Rico, thanks for taking the time.
No problem. Anytime.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. I'm alongside Larry Youngworth. Larry, every time I look at your birth date, the first thing that comes to mind is rookie. You're not a rookie. You've already played junior hockey. Obviously, you're still pretty young. Talk about playing last year in the USHL.
Well, it's definitely a step up from Shattuck or any other level of hockey. It's bigger guys, 20-year-olds, even 21-year-olds, a couple of guys, and bigger, quicker, faster than anything I've ever experienced. So definitely tough, but it's obviously nice to play at that level. Get used to what you're looking at.
And then playing at Shattuck, how long were you down there? And obviously everyone knows about the program. I mean, the list of NHLers is very long. What was it like to be part of such a prestigious program?
It's definitely a privilege to get the chance to go down there. Not many people do, and like you said, the top guys like Zach Parise, Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Toews, all those guys that were able to go down there before you. It's once in a life opportunity, and I'm glad I got the chance to do that.
And then an opportunity, although you've been away from home for so long, to come home. You are from Bloomington, so an opportunity for you to come back to, although it may not seem like you have a home because you've been at Shattuck forever, to come back to the Twin Towns. So what's that like being back at home here?
Well, Shattuck was only 40 minutes away, so my dad and family would always come down there for most of our home games. And so it's not too different, but now Richfield, Bloomington is right next to each other, so it's only 10 minutes instead of 40. So if I want to go home, I can. Whereas at Shattuck, we lived in dorms. We didn't have cars. We didn't have cars down there. So if I didn't have the chance to come home every weekend if I wanted to. So right now, like I could just drive home if I wanted to. So it's definitely a big change, especially being 13 when I was at Shattuck versus 18 now. So it's definitely nice to just go home whenever you want.
Maybe compare the two leagues, the USHL and the NAHL, obviously on par. No other leagues can really compare. Obviously, anything else you're playing pay to play in the United States, all the kids trying to play in one of the two leagues. You were in the USHL last year, now you're in the NA. Maybe compare the two styles of play in the league, or maybe the talent level.
I'd say talent is definitely very similar. Obviously, USHL is one above, so you're going to find a little more talent there. A little less hitting, because if you look in the NHL, the more talented guys usually do less hitting, so it kind of makes sense. And if you look versus the AHL and the NHL, there's more hitting in the AHL, more physicality. and then a little less skill compared to the NHL. I'd say the NA and the USHL is definitely basically the exact same as the AHL versus the NHL. Just younger guys, more physical in the NA, a little less skilled, but very, very similar. Very tough to play in both leagues.
So you're back here playing with the Magic. A lot of guys from the Magic played down there. You know, your Pierce Crawfords, even Tyler Bump for a season, Spencer Coleman, a defenseman for the Magic. Some guys that you may have already have known before you were acquired. So what's it like being back with those guys here with the Magic?
It's nice not coming into a team, or it's nice coming into a team and being able to know some guys rather than just coming in, everyone's new and you have to introduce yourself, and not like the captain doesn't have to take you under his wing. You already have a couple buddies from the hometown or previous teams, so it's definitely nice to have those buddies already walking in through the door for the first day.
Jimmy Lillidahl alongside Larry Youngworth. Larry, before we go here, you've had success, 19 games played. You're in the double digits in points. What are some of the things you want to work on moving forward?
Well, my ultimate goal is to go pro, but obviously first Division I, get a scholarship, hopefully go to a nice school, nice place, nice program. And I think in order to do that, I just need to put up more points, like help the team win, find a way to do that. And everyone has a different role, and I think mine's more of a skilled forward, goal scorer, playmaker. So I think I'll just need to keep doing that, keep working on getting quicker, stronger, faster, more accurate shot, stuff like that, just to help the team win. And then obviously, if you look at different teams in NA, the more a team wins, the more scouts you have, and then the more opportunities, more windows that open. So,
Larry, thanks for taking the time.
yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with the Minnesota Magicians. A big thanks to Rico Rataychuk for taking the time to speak with us before practice today. Some big news coming out of Magic Land. Pierce Crawford getting the second star of the week. Crawford's really stepped up his game offensively. 6 points in his last 4 games. Great story. Pierce Crawford continues to produce for the Magicians. The Magic play this Friday against the Brookings Blizzard. MC22 will be here, so we should have some good highlights for that one as well. Again, that's on this Friday on the 20th, another matchup against the Blizzard. The Magicians have another rematch against the Blizzard on the 28th, so another home game. That's the last home game on the month. The Magicians adding some local flavor. Mitch Slattery comes in via trade. Slattery, a St. Cloud State commit, has also spent some time in the USHL. He played in the Minnesota State High School League for the Hill Murray Pioneers. So the Magicians adding some more local flavor as the season continues. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Spotlight with the Magic. A big thanks to Rico Rataychuk. So long, everybody.